Welcome back, it's me, Lou. I'm here for another action figure review, but today is not going to be a full unboxing. If anything, I'm just going to review these action figures mint on card. The reason being is that this is a Star Wars comic pack. For me, they're harder to come across, and they're actually pretty pricey. I obtained this one from my brother. He was cleaning out his room and he found this and he's like, "Do you want this?" And I'm like, "Sure, I'll take it." And I already have these action figures. I bought this set years ago when it first came out back in I think 2006. But for me to actually have one mint on card is kind of a big deal. Like I said, a lot of these comic book packs, they're pretty pricey nowadays. The unique thing about these comic book packs, besides the fact that it comes with an actual comic book, is that it gave Hasbro the chance to make action figures of lesser known characters. So these aren't necessarily mainline characters. These are characters that were pulled from the comic books, from the novels, from the EU, which is the expanded universe. They're characters that have very limited appeal. So, these aren't the kind of characters that, a little kid's going to go and buy. Little kids want to seek out Han Solo, Luke Skywalker. A character like Quinlan Voss is something that's for the diehard. And that's one of the things I really loved about Hasbro before Disney acquired the Star Wars property. Hasbro, they went balls to the walls when it came to making Star Wars figs. They'd make everything. And for me, as a fan of the comic books, it was awesome that I got Quinlan Voss and his partner in crime, Vilmar Grark, who's on the right. Okay, so let's take a look at this mint on card. As you can see here, this was number 5 in the comic book series. Includes comic book. This one was published by Dark Horse Comics. Now, I'm not 100% sure, but I think this was a reprint. I don't think this was actually the newsstand edition, just because it's missing the actual price on the comic book cover. So this was Star Wars 19. It doesn't, I don't know, for some reason this doesn't seem right, but. So we have Quinlan Voss and his sidekick, Vilmar Grark. And for the Star Wars hardcores out there, you'll remember that they mentioned Quinlan Voss briefly in Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith. It's during the one scene, I think it's in the second act of the movie. Anakin's entering a briefing room and everyone kind of already checked out. And it's just Obi-Wan. And I think Obi-Wan mentioned something about, Master Voss being on, I think, Suluka Mai on some sort of mission. And there might even be a deleted scene of Quinlan Voss, but I think it only reached as far as maybe the animatic stage. And he's a popular character. Fans love him. He's one of the few Jedis, I believe, that survived Order 66. He's kind of on the run. He's hiding out. And I think like most characters, I think he eventually becomes maybe like a mercenary or bounty hunter. And he goes on all sorts of wild adventures. And he's never alone. He's always with his partner in crime, Vilmar Grark, who's on the right. I believe his species of alien, I think they're called Devorians. He kind of looks like the devil alien in the cantina scene from the first film. So yeah, it's great to actually get this pairing of characters. They're very much the odd couple. As you can see here, the sculpting is really well done. They're very unique sculpts. Quinlan Voss is awesome because he's not wearing any, he's not wearing the standard Jedi robes. He comes with a holster and a blaster, which is very un-Jedi-like. But that's only because, the Jedis are kind of gone. And I believe the character, too, was designed by artist Jan Durasima. I think I'm pronouncing that correctly. And I think she pulled the inspiration for Quinlan Voss from Episode 1. There was a humanoid alien-looking character watching the pod race, and it looked kind of like Quinlan Voss. So I believe that's where she kind of pulled, his design from. He has long hairs, he has long hair, and he kind of has makeup under his eyes. And I don't know, it's pretty cool. It's awesome. On the back, Brief description: Quinlan Voss awakens with no memory of who or where he is and immediately finds himself in peril. In the midst of a fierce blaze and attacked by bounty hunters, he is saved by Vilmar Grark, who helps him escape and explains that bets are being placed on Quinlan's chances of survival. And he's also known as Villy, so instead of calling him Vilmar, he's called Villy. So Villy reveals that he has a personal stake in the outcome, but changes his outlook when he sees Quinlan's Jedi skills in action. So eventually these two become, close buddies, and they go on adventures together. And I think there's even like a small, Devorian kid that always calls Vilmar like Uncle Villy and like Uncle Quinlan. So it's fun. I missed this era of Star Wars, especially the comic books. And some of the other comic book packs we got Luke Skywalker and R2-D2, and this is kind of how they appeared in the original Marvel comic. And then there was also another 2-pack that had Obi-Wan and an ARC Trooper. But I believe this wasn't just a plain ARC Trooper. I think it was ARC Trooper Alpha 17, who in the comic books, if you remember, I think he was kind of like an important figure in the 501st. And eventually when they did the Clone Wars cartoon, I think originally they were supposed to integrate Alpha 17 into the cartoon, but because there are so many characters that already had like the letter A in their name, like Anakin and Ahsoka, I think that the decision was made to rename Alpha 17 as Captain Rex. So this character here is actually the precursor to Captain Rex. Alright, so that's pretty much all the nerd knowledge I have for you. If I'm wrong, correct me down below. It's been years since I've visited this era of Star Wars. But I'm very happy to add this to my Mint on Card collection. Master Voss and his good buddy Vilmar. Really awesome. Alright, so with that being said, once again, my name is Lou. If you are new to my channel, welcome. If you are a returning subscriber or viewer, thank you so much for your continued likes, comments, and support. I greatly appreciate it. So until the next video, be safe, take care of yourself, buy lots of toys, and most importantly, be happy. And I'll see you at the next one.